believe the views?
This is completely otherworldly, right?
This is why I can It is bright out here this morning. Good morning, guys, from the beautiful Yerevan. Please ignore all of our clothes here. We have actually washed them because of our amazing balcony, and I have to be quite quiet because it's early this morning, and as you can probably tell by the fact that I'm half asleep and it's kind of misty in the air, because we are heading on a day trip. Now, we're actually heading on a private trip today with the same company that we did the group tour with the other day with Hire Service. Oh my god, spider. And we are heading to some monasteries, some caves and some wine. I don't think it can get much better than this. We are getting picked up in about 20 minutes, but I just cannot believe the value. I said when we were on the tour, and at the end of the video I said, you know, such great value for money the group tours is, but when you look into a private tour as well, like, it is unbelievable value. You get a driver and you're out all day and you get to see all these amazing sights. Like, it is unbelievable. But anyway, I have to meet our driver at 8:30 downstairs and I'm not quite ready yet.
Good morning. We are currently waiting for our driver for the day to arrive. There was no way, I've said this before, there is no way, this is the first country, I'm not renting a car. There's so many bonnets, so many bumpers missing on these cars. I'm just not risking it. But we got clear skies. It's very early because our first stop, Khor Virap, which is a 6th century monastery, was like the thing I looked at when I was like looking at Armenia, and the photo of it, the scenery, I was like, I need to go here, but you need to go there early to get the best views. Hello. How nice is this? We are definitely travelling in style today. How far is it to Khor Virap from the city centre?
Khor Virap from Yerevan?
Yeah.
Yeah, 40 minutes.
40 minutes?
45.
Okay, that's not so bad. So 40-45 minutes to Khor Virap. It is bright, and in the distance I can see Ararat pretty clearly, so fingers crossed when we get there it is still just as clear. You. Oh
my god, I thought you were going to finish my sentence then. Can you believe the views?
Can you? Oh, you're blocking it. Wow.
A 40-minute drive takes you to this. That is unbelievable. I don't even know what to say. What do you say?
This is why you get a private tour, because we stopped off on a road that's like really far away. So you can see Khor Virap here, and then there is the peak of Ararat, over 5,000 meters.
Oh my god.
It looks like a painting. It doesn't look real.
No, none of it looks real.
That was definitely the secret spot to stop. Exactly why you have a driver for the day, because if not, you're just going to miss these things. But a 5-minute drive down the road and we have made it to the Khor Virap monastery complex. Before you go in though, the views from up here of Mount Ararat, they are second to none.
Can you believe that just down there is the Turkish border? It's crazy. You can see so much from up here, and legend has it actually Noah's Ark landed on this peak. That's why Khor Virap is so monumental, one of the reasons in Christianity, and that is because Mount Ararat was the highest peak during the flood, so that's the only place that the Ark could land. But I mean, we have been incredibly lucky to be able to catch this view, because we have seen some photos where you come here and it is just all covered in mist and you can't see anything. So we are so lucky today to be able to see it as it is.
Do you think more people come for the view or for the monastery?
Definitely the view. You can see by the crowds of people there, and the fact that we're probably the only ones going in right now.
Which is nice. We've sort of beat the tour groups, because you have to get here early to see views if you want to see views of it. And it's kind of sad. You can see Ararat, the old symbol, well, the symbol of Armenia, but it no longer stands in Armenian land. So it's a beautiful sight, but sort of had a sad history.
behind me is the monastery, which actually has had many different paths, shall we say, through its life. It kind of was starting as a castle, it's been a chapel, a monastery, it was a Middle Ages education centre, it's been survived a colossal earthquake. When you put that into perspective, that it was a Middle Ages education centre, imagine how old this is. And there is such a huge meaning behind it. It's a very spiritual and really important place. And actually it's very peaceful. Despite all the tour groups, I find it very peaceful. But I do definitely think that, not that you can see it behind me here, the views of Ararat combined with the monastery make it such a unique and beautiful place for people like us to come and visit.
We were definitely right. Most people, like even over there, they're all looking at the views of Mount Ararat, which is understandable, right? It is absolutely impressive. It looks like a painting.
It does.
It looks like someone's
unreal.
drawn it, or it's just like a photo that's just been put up on a huge screen. But this place has so much history. It used to be a pagan temple before the country adopted Christianity, and Gregor, I'm not going to pronounce his surname, was actually chucked into a prison here for 13 years with like bugs, insects,
just because he was practicing
everything,
Christianity.
because he was trying to practice Christianity, exactly. And then he came out. After 13 years, he survived, and that was when he started preaching and spreading the word of Christianity. And this, of course, is the first country of Christianity, so we're in a pretty special place.
So we found the dungeon or the pit, and I'm not getting down there.
People must have been really small.
The hole is actually tiny. I'm not fitting through that.
I have no idea how anyone can fit down there. There were so many people going, I can't fit down there, I can't fit down there. It's basically for really small people, really skinny people. If you're like 4 foot tall, about 4 stone, so pretty much if you're about 6 to 10 years old, you could fit down there. But if you've been eating too much Armenian food like me, there is no way. I'll get stuck down there and I'll be doing the 13-year sentence in the dungeon.
We're now hiking. Just when you thought the views couldn't get any better, and then you come round the back where there's absolutely no one, getting attacked by flies.
Oh my god, look at this. We're in like our own little hills.
Wow.
Look at it. It's just looking at you.
Right there
It's
is
flirting.
the border. Look, you can just see it there. We just crossed one rock. We've crossed the border.
Wow, wow, wow. So worth the extra hike. I've left Molly. Look at these views. You've got the flag, Khor Virap sitting there, and of course Ararat out in the distance. There's not so many people here, maybe 10 or 15, because it is a little bit of a difficult hike. It's a little bit uneasy on your feet. You can hear I'm out of breath because I've run, but oh my goodness, was it worth it? What? How'd you even get here?
Guys,
I made an idiot of myself.
there is a pathway that leads straight from the monastery up here, so you don't have to take
Did you see the hill I ran up?
the long way around. Excuse me, I had to walk back down. I do not know how Matt missed the easiest entrance up into the viewpoint, but we got back in the car, I've had a little nap, and an hour's drive later we've made it to Noravank Monastery, which is on this tiny road full of caves in the middle of a gorge, surrounded by sort of these beautiful rocks, and it is magnificent.
This is completely otherworldly, right?
Unbelievable.
Look at it, you've got these huge, great red cliffs. It's almost like Mars. It's like you're on Mars in a cliff, in a gorge. We're like in a gorge again.
yeah.
They build these monasteries in Armenia in the craziest of locations. But this is Noravank. It actually means new monastery, which is crazy. It dates back to the 13th century. It's not that
Very
new, but in
new.
terms of monasteries in Armenia it is, because obviously the birthplace of Christianity, but it's great. It looks as if it's been made, I could be wrong, but out of like the red rocks from the cliff, from the gorge here. And again, all these monasteries are built in such strategic location, so if any attacks were coming, they would know it'd be coming, because you could see from up here, because back in the day the monasteries sort of were like the heart and soul of the country. It was where all the operations and everything took place.
You also have a chapel, and then behind me are the ruins of a hotel that was here back in the 13th century. Like,
Can you imagine the views?
But who was staying at the hotel? I want to know, and I want to know what it looked like.
I have no clue what this is, but I just saw someone pop up from this ladder. I presume it's like an underground tunnel to escape if there was any attacks or a labyrinth or something like that.
Go on, down you go.
Oh my god, it goes so far down.
I can finally get rid of you.
Oh, it's really... Oh, I'm not so sure on this.
Bye!
This is wow, pretty deep. And then there is a pitch black tunnel in there, which I'm not going in. I need to get out of here.
That didn't last long.
There's like a pitch black tunnel at the end, which I'm not going down. And that was really, really claustrophobic.
Not only does it have scary tunnels, but etched into the walls are the pieces of Armenian history. So because there was unstable times and because there was lots of invasions, they actually carved into the walls of the churches. Like you can see here, there's like inscriptions. They would put in the history and the language and loads of other things.
There is the shortest, tightest little staircase to get up into. You've got to do it. Come on, you can do this to get up into the upper levels of the monastery here, but not about the lower levels. Oh my god, you doing well?
Don't look.
You're doing good. I'm moving back.
My shoulders are too big for this.
You're doing well.
Oh my god, I'm not looking back.
You've done it.
I made it.
Whoa, you've definitely got to watch your step. It is literally about 1 foot wide. Oh my god, this end bit's a bit difficult. Oh dear, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? Molly, can you take the camera?
Oh yeah. God, be careful.
Look at this. Are you seeing how it's literally one... Oh my god. One step to get up there. Oh my god.
And you're in.
Oh, and then you're in the upper levels of the monastery. Wow. Full of birds and bird poo. Audience couldn't get down, bag kept getting stuck. That was embarrassing, getting stuck up the monastery and not being able to go back down the stairs, but we've made it. It's such a dry area here. I was surprised. Like, I knew Armenia obviously gets really, really hot summers, but out here within the gorge it is incredibly dry. It's arid, it's almost like a desert. And I heard someone saying that apparently in this area you get poisonous snakes, so that's nice.
Back in the car. And now we're caving. We're now going to be entering the Bird's Cave, or the Areni 1 cave. I'm a little bit nervous. They're big, they're massive, they date back thousands of years old. Are they safe? I'm not sure. Do you feel comfortable going in a thousands of year old cave?
Always.
Yeah?
Yeah, you can wait outside if you want. Can you believe this was only found 10 to 15 years ago? It's crazy. And behind me, this is the coolest bit of the whole thing. They basically found winemaking paraphernalia, which dates back nearly 6,000 years, making this cave the oldest winery in the world. That was definitely a short but sweet stop. They haven't excavated that much, so well, I say not that much, it probably is a lot, but there's only 2 or 3 small areas. But the fact that they've got 6,000-year-old winery, possibly one of the oldest wineries ever, is so unique. And that is actually the only one so far that requires an entrance fee. It was 1,000 Armenian drams, and the other 2 are free, which is great. And you're actually only 5 minutes from Noravank Monastery, so you definitely combine the two. Being from possibly the world's oldest winery, we're heading back in the car and just down the road they actually have a Areni winery where we can try real wine, not 6,000 years old, but real wine.
Let's go try some wine.
Thank you.
Now it's young collection, yes. And we start testing with white wine.
Gonads.
We deserve it.
We do. So we are in Areni Wine Factory. So Areni, this area has the best grapes, the oldest grapes, 6,000 year old grapes, as you can tell from the cave. This place actually opened in 2014 and it is the best region in the country. You'll find a lot of different wineries here, right? But we are going to try all four. This is how you start a tour, right? Do the tasting at the beginning.
No information, all wine.
We've got white, rosé, red dry and red sweet. White. Apparently
And this is a dry, and it's new. They're all very young, aren't they?
I like it. I feel like younger wines are better for us because we're not great wine connoisseurs, so they're not so strong.
You can tell that we have gone for the sweet ones. I love the rosé. Really nice. They actually call it rose and we call it rosé, and I love the semi-sweet red wine as well. I'm not the biggest fan of red wines. The last time we did wines was in Molesty Mitch, right? In Moldova.
We won't go too crazy this time.
That's nice. We're definitely not going too crazy, and we have some extra strong Armenian cheese.
Oh dear. They also make grappa, vodka, same sort of thing.
All in one.
53%.
53%.
Tickled.
Our wines have been drunk and we are now just going on a tour of the factory. We currently have, I'm saying it as if I own it, 51 stainless steel tanks of wine. That is insane, and it's actually the largest wine producer in the region here. So we're in the Areni village, but the region, I can't remember how to pronounce it, but it's the biggest in the region. Look at this. Look at all these tanks. You just want to open them up.
So we've seen the filling, corking and labelling machine upstairs, which was, I think it was an Italian model. The corks were like the French, the bottles were German, at least the wine is Armenian, but we've come down into the cellar and this is where they have the special reserve collection. So basically these barrels here, they're ready to go. If they get an order from say Brazil or Russia or England or wherever it is according in the world, they'll bottle it, and then whatever language is sort of spoken a little bit in that country, that'll be the language that is bottled on top of the bottle.
Don't you just want to drink from the barrel?
I really want to drink them, and apparently they only work for 8 years and then they're useless. They get sold to a brandy factory where they get used for 30 years. So that wine, because it's more acidic, basically it uses up all the minerals inside of the barrel really quickly, but the brandy, it can be used for years.
You sound like you know what you're talking about.
I can just drink it.
So much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye bye. The best driver. Thank you
so much.
He was the best driver. He was so cute, but we have just got back. I really need something to eat.
This is so needed. So there were times along the road that we could get food, especially at the winery this afternoon, but because I knew we were coming back to this hotel, and after having the breakfast the other day, I was like, I'm having breakfast for, is it dinner? It pretty much is for dinner, and I've got the avocado toast with fried eggs. Oh my God, this is gonna save me. That food was so needed. I am now relaxing with a Dargit beer. I'm actually so excited. We're going there in a couple of days to try out all of their beers. We've been before once, but we're gonna have a full experience and try out like their whole list of beers. Honestly, I saved myself just for the food here at Andor. It is the best, but what a day. I need that. It has been the busiest of days, so worth it. Seeing Khor Virap was definitely the highlight for me, and the views of Mount Ararat behind were just breathtaking. And of course we got to throw in a little bit of wine, and of course, being in Armenia, another monastery, but this wouldn't have happened without higher services. We highly recommend them and we'll link them down below. So much more to come in Armenia, so stay tuned for the next one, exploring this amazing country.